Legal weed, highway tolls, more gambling. Democrats go all in with their latest budget proposal. Good evening. I'm Ann Nyberg.
And I'm Scott McDonald. They've been going back and forth on this for months, and now the General Assembly Democrats proposing their state budget crisis solution. It includes legalizing marijuana, endorsing a third casino, and paving the way for electronic highway tolls.
The tolls are touted as a way to get out-of-state residents to help foot the bill for part of the state's huge budget deficit. Chief Political Correspondent Mark Davis joins us live with more details. Mark?
Hi, Ann and Scott. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Yeah, trolling for dollars to solve one part of the budget crisis may result in tolling for dollars to solve another, and that is to rebuild the road and highway system that everyone agrees is needed. Another study, this time one conducted by a group funded in part by insurance and construction industries, concludes that traffic congestion in the New Haven, Hartford, and Stamford areas cost drivers more than $2,000 a year in lost time, fuel, and extra vehicle costs. Advocates for adding highway tolls as part of the state budget solution seized upon the results and pushed their plans as a way to get out-of-state residents to help pay for our infrastructure bills.
30 to 40% that use our infrastructure in the state of Connecticut are out-of-staters. And they don't pay a dime. And I think people have to realize that.
The Speaker of the House said again today that tolls are inevitable and that the majority of his caucus will vote to move tolls forward.
The first step in the tolls process will be, and we can earmark monies in the budgets moving forward, but would be to authorize the Commissioner of the Department of Transportation to come up with a plan.
The governor's new budget plan includes a provision pushed by Republicans to divert sales tax revenue from new car sales into the Special Transportation Fund, also known as the STF, to keep the fund from going broke because gas tax revenue is falling.
We incorporate the Republicans' proposal to transfer sales tax on new vehicles to the STF starting in fiscal year 2019, thereby extending the solvency of the fund until 2022.
Considered a stopgap measure by some, it could keep the fund going until toll revenue started rolling in. The Republican leader in the House says there may be members of her caucus that will join the Democrats in voting to start the ball rolling on instituting tolls.
There are members of our caucus who may support it, and there are members that don't support it at all. But I think the more important question is, will we actually gain revenue from tolls? And that's a big question.
Toll advocates say that's the reason the bill authorizes the DOT to establish a plan that won't violate any federal rules and will raise the most money for the multi-billion-dollar rebuilds that everyone says is needed, like the Mixmaster in Waterbury and the I-84 viaduct in Hartford. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.